Hi, I'm Felipa, and today is day 133 of my 365-day commitment to complete reading this Bible. It is January 11th, 2026, and I am on Psalm 63. So Psalm 63 starts with David thirsts for God, and he basically says, my soul is thirsty for you. My flesh longs for you. I long to see your power and your glory and your loving kindness. And in verse 7, he says, when I remember thee upon my bed and meditate on thee in the night of watches. So he says his soul will be satisfied when he remembers God, and each time he remembers God, and when he meditates on him in the night watches. So really amplifying this kind of illustration of David meditating and connecting with God and feeling God's presence when he is alone in these night watches. In Psalm 64, David prays against a conspiracy. So he says, he speaks to God and he says, these people, their words are like swords. Hear my prayer, help me through my fear from my enemy, shoot them down, get rid of their iniquities. And I want them to fear you and that you will make everything right. In verse 8, he says, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. So he's asking God to help protect him in a way of destroying his enemy by making the very kind of plots and plans that they have against David to be the very falls that they end up in. So essentially any sort of evil doing or any sort of wickedness that they plan on doing for God to make their own tongue fall upon themselves. So to have their trouble create more trouble for them. So the trouble they're trying to create for David, for it to create more trouble for them. In Psalm 68, David praises God for his provision. And throughout this whole thing, David just basically says, I thank God for his righteousness, for his strength. He is in every part of the earth. He is the noise of the seas. He is the strength of the mountain. He gives us showers of blessings, of pastures and wilderness and flocks and meat and corn and things like this. And what really stands out for me is the way that he speaks to the abundance and the simplicity of God's provisions and of God's favor and of what God supplies to us. So he's not talking about, blessed is the man who has the biggest house or the most riches. He's talking about the very, very simple things that we all need in life: food, shelter, water, sustenance. And he basically says, I thank you for all that I have in my life. That is it for today's reading. Tomorrow is January 12th, 2026. I will start on day 134 with Psalm number 66. Come and see the works of God. Thank you so much for listening. I will see you soon.